Imagine this. You wake up in 2026, and before you even open your eyes, your wearable device has already adjusted your bedroom lighting to match your cortisol levels. It sounds like science fiction, but this is the new reality of psychology, where technology and the human mind have finally merged into one seamless experience. Welcome to Intelevo Mind, where today we are breaking down everything you absolutely need to know about the human psyche in this fast-paced era. We've moved far beyond basic therapy and inkblot tests into a world where your brain is literally being rewired by the digital environment around you every single second. But there is one specific, hidden psychological trigger being used by every major corporation right now to control your decisions without you ever realizing it. And I'll be revealing exactly how that works near the end of this video. By the time we hit 2026, the field of psychology shifted from merely observing behavior to actively predicting it with terrifying accuracy. We are now living in the age of algorithmic psychology, where the data you generate online provides a clearer picture of your personality than a 10-hour session with a traditional psychiatrist. Researchers have discovered that our brains are evolving to process information in fragmented bursts, changing the way we form long-term memories and how we perceive the passage of time itself. This isn't just about being distracted by your phone. It's about a fundamental neurological shift in how humans interact with reality. Understanding this shift is the only way to reclaim your focus and protect your mental well-being in a world designed to keep you constantly stimulated. It is no longer enough to just be mindful. You must understand the architecture of your own digital consciousness to survive. One of the biggest breakthroughs we've seen recently involves the concept of neuroplasticity combined with biohacking. In 2026, we understand that your mood isn't just a result of your thoughts, but a direct reflection of your physiological state, specifically your gut microbiome and your vagus nerve health. Modern psychology has finally embraced the second brain in your stomach, proving that what you eat affects your anxiety levels as much as your childhood traumas do. We are seeing a massive rise in non-invasive brain stimulation techniques that help people overcome depression or enhance their learning capabilities in weeks rather than years. This total body approach to mental health is replacing the old model of just talking about your problems. By treating the mind as a biological system that can be optimized, we are unlocking levels of human potential that were previously considered impossible or even supernatural just a decade ago. Social psychology has also taken a fascinating turn as we navigate the complexities of 2026. Despite being more connected than ever through advanced virtual reality and social platforms, the loneliness epidemic has forced us to redefine what a meaningful relationship actually looks like. We've discovered that the human brain cannot distinguish between a face-to-face interaction and a high-fidelity digital one in terms of oxytocin release, yet people feel more isolated than ever. This paradox is driven by the comparison trap, which has been amplified by artificial intelligence. We aren't just comparing ourselves to our neighbors anymore, we are comparing our messy lives to perfect AI-generated personas that don't even exist. Learning how to navigate this digital landscape without losing your sense of self is the most critical psychological skill of this year. It requires a deep understanding of social dynamics and the courage to seek genuine, unfiltered human vulnerability. Let's talk about the subconscious mind, because in 2026, we finally have the tools to see it in action. For years, we thought we were rational creatures making logical choices, but we now know that 95% of our decisions are made before we are even consciously aware of them. This is where the concept of priming comes in, and it's more powerful than it's ever been in human history. Every color you see on an app, every sound notification, and even the haptic vibrations in your devices are carefully engineered to trigger specific dopamine responses. We are essentially living in a giant psychological experiment designed to influence our buying habits and political views. To stay in control, you need to recognize these patterns and understand the cognitive biases that make you vulnerable to manipulation. If you don't learn how your mind works, someone else will certainly learn it for you.
Now, I promised to reveal that disturbing psychological trigger being used to control your decisions right now, and it's something called Intermittent Variable Reward. This is the same mechanism that makes gambling so addictive, but it has been weaponized across almost every digital platform you use. It works by giving you a reward, like a notification or a piece of content you enjoy, at intermittent intervals. Because your brain doesn't know when the next hit is coming, it stays in a constant state of hypervigilance and craving. This creates a loop that is nearly impossible to break with conscious effort. It's not just a feature of your favorite apps, it's a deliberate design choice intended to keep your brain in a submissive, reactive state. This secret explains why you feel exhausted even when you haven't done much work. You are stuck in a cycle of neurological exploitation that drains your energy. So, how do we take all this high-level 2026 psychology and actually apply it to improve our daily lives? The answer lies in what psychologists are calling cognitive sovereignty. This is the practice of intentionally reclaiming your attention and setting strict boundaries between your internal thoughts and external influences. It involves daily practices that ground you in the physical world, such as sunlight exposure, deep breathing, and focused work sessions without any digital interference. We are seeing that the most successful people in this new era aren't the ones with the most information, but the ones with the most focus. By understanding the vulnerabilities of the human mind, you can build a lifestyle that protects your mental health and enhances your natural cognitive abilities. It's about moving from being a passenger in your own mind to the primary architect of your reality, using these psychological insights as your blueprint. As we look toward the future, it's clear that psychology is no longer just a subject you study in school. It is the most important tool for survival in the modern world. The world of 2026 is complex, fast, and often overwhelming, but by staying informed and aware of how your brain functions, you can thrive in ways others simply can't. We've covered everything from the gut-brain axis to the hidden triggers of digital addiction, and I hope this knowledge empowers you to take control of your mental journey. If you found this breakdown valuable and want to ensure you are part of the small percentage of people who truly understand the hidden forces shaping our world, then you know exactly which button to click. Join the Intelevo Mind community by subscribing right now to stay ahead of the curve and master your own psyche before the world tries to do it for you.